Nitro. If you have me on Instagram, you guys saw what happened with the phone. Ooh. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. And let me know if I'm saying that right for all my French speakers. But I finished this, and I want to also share that this is my 8th video, and only my sister knows that number 8 is my favorite number. So in honor of my 8th video, I want to gift someone an $8 Starbucks gift card. You could do a lot with $8, okay, at Starbucks. So yeah, I want to give someone that, so please comment down below. I will get back to you. So for today's video, we will be talking about ableism. I was first introduced to ableism last semester in my class. I will provide some examples, some definitions, and also some alternatives that we can use when we are speaking, just so we avoid the ableist language. And then I want to also talk about why it's important and why we should stop participating in ableist language.
Ableism is the discrimination against people with disabilities, and it also is the discrimination against people being seen as lesser or having their access controlled based on their abilities.
My professor went above and beyond to include this course. It was called Social Order and Change, but my professor went above and beyond. Her name is Dr. Miller. I'll literally probably reach out to her because she was like the coolest person ever, and she went above and beyond to include all intersecting identities. So we talked about marriage rights, same-sex marriage rights. We talked about the Black Lives Matter movement, immigration, DACA, and also ableism. So I'll never forget the day in class when I was like, oh my gosh, I totally participate in ableist language, and thanks to you, thanks to this article, now I am more aware of my word phrases, my choices of words, because I know that words can hold powerful meaning, and they can impact someone negatively. So I think, like I mentioned, words are powerful, and sometimes we do these so harmlessly. These phrases, we say them out so harmlessly, with no bad intention, because that's what we learned in society. Like, where else are we gonna pick up these words? We pick them up from probably TV shows, movies, growing up. They kind of are everywhere. So for example, when I was sitting down in class, the first thing that came to mind was whenever I was talking to someone, I'd be like, oh yeah, and I just opened my eyes, and now I'm doing, X, Y, and Z. So that's the phrase, open my eyes. That's ableist language, because for someone who does have a disability, someone who is blind, someone who does have vision impairment, that can negatively affect them, because we're throwing these phrases out there. Oh, I opened my eyes. So people who can open their eyes and can see, you're doing it in a negative sense. So when we use words like that to describe our emotions, think about the emotions of someone with a disability, someone who is blind. If they were to hear someone saying like, oh yeah, man, and I opened my eyes, and now I think this on this issue, or something like that. You get me? So an alternative that I immediately started doing was, instead of saying that phrase, I stop myself till I catch it, and I'm like, I realized, I recognized. Because at the end of the day, you're basically saying, you're using it in the context of being aware of something, right? So why do we choose the other phrase? And then I also want to expose myself. I did it in my last video, and this was a pretty big one. And it's when we say bipolar to describe the weather. I know that's so big, especially here in California. Like, hello, we do have inconsistent weather. You see, I'm just trying to do some alternatives. We do have changing weather. We do have, so I'll insert the clip because I used it, or maybe I won't insert it because I'm just letting you guys know. But yeah, even after knowing about ableism, that's my point. Even after learning about this concept, I still did it. I personally know and understand that it is hard to try and avoid this language when it's so deeply rooted, in our society. I understand that, but You're someone like me who believes in equality, who believes in equal justice, social justice, environmental justice, humanity, then you should care about this issue, and it should matter to you just as much as all of these other little issues. With that being said, like, for example, this article, I found it from the University of Washington, and I want to use the example of Lindsay. She uses a power chair to navigate around campus. She feels that her campus participates in ableism because they are discriminating her when there's not enough ramps, the sidewalks are messed up, and the campus is filled with stairs. Because of her disability of not being able to walk, she has to be more challenged to navigate around campus. And we don't think about that often. That's discrimination right there. And so this is an issue. This is definitely discrimination. So there are 5 other examples, I believe, but I will leave the link down below. It's a super short article, pretty cool. They also mention like President Trump mocking a disabled person at a news conference. That literally happened. That was literally our president, not mine. So it's a food for thought, Lastly, I do want to, not lastly because I still have to talk more, but I do want to include a list of ableist sayings and phrases that are common, and then right next to it I want to also include different alternatives, so we can swap this language out in our daily life. I hope that list was helpful. I will see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe down below for more videos. That is all for this video. I wish you peace and so much love.